Broads Media.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome on in to Sports Talk with Broads. I just had to watch the Atlanta Braves celebrate on your field. And by the way, who the hell thought it would be a great idea to congratulate them on the big board? Stop it! Hey, congratulations on whooping our ass! Hey, congratulations on winning the NL East every single damn year and doing what we want to do badly. Come on! Stop it! I hate them! I hate the Braves! Do not give them any credit at all. Do they deserve it? Obviously. Do we give it to them? No. That's Bush League. I despised it. But more importantly, I despised the offense today. Only scoring one run won't win you many ball games. And I thought you could have got the Spencer Strider early. Stott flirted in an RBI, but after that, it was dead. No life whatsoever, except from Christopher Sanchez's changeup. That's about the only thing that had life. He was good. 7 1/3, 10 strikeouts, the 4 earned runs. Yes, the top of the lineup and Austin Riley, and there was definitely some damage done, but for him to look that sharp against a lot of them is really, 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 really impressive, which ties it together with what Rob Thompson stated on WIP not too long ago, and he was asked about the starting rotation for the playoffs, and he said as long as everybody is pitching the way that they're supposed to, Wheeler, Nola, Ranger, and Taiwan. It doesn't really surprise me much if you read into how Rob Thompson handles his stuff as a manager. This goes pretty much status quo. This is how he does it. We believe in you. We have a lot of faith in you. Here's the ball. Go have at it. Have your best day. And, I just don't know if that's necessarily right, considering Taijuan Walker is a mess and Christopher Sanchez has some stones, man, like he really does. And if this continues until the end of September, I think you have a discussion in your office with some of the coaches. I don't know if it's Caleb Cotham or whatever, but what are you thinking? What should we do? I don't know if you go with Taijuan Walker and get abused in the first inning. I know it's a tough night to say this considering that's what happened to Sanchez, but Taijuan Walker's ERA is 92 in the first inning. I swear to God, it's just off the top of my head, but that can't be wrong. It's 92. I can't go down early in a playoff game. I guess he did throw Rangers' name in there too. So in a 3-game set, is it those guys? But is Christopher Sanchez better than Ranger Suarez right now? And if this continues, is that your better pitcher? Does that put the team in a better spot to win a game? I don't know. At that point, though, keep in mind, it's game 3 of a wild card series. So you're giving the ball to Sanchez with the season on the line, following up what they did last year. It's a lot to ask for him. We're pumped to see him go 7 1/3 and get double-digit Ks. It's a tough position to be in, but I think you have to at least seriously open the door and have legitimate talks wondering what's best after Wheeler. And I guess I'll say and Nola, but really after Wheeler. All right, so Brad Hand fooled Kyle Schwarber. People love when Kyle Schwarber strike out. They fly right to my mentions. Here's another day. Hey, bro, do you think Kyle Schwarber knows that he could swing the bat? Yes. The strikeout pitch, he probably thought was high and outside, something along those lines. It was a hell of a pitch. But was he sitting off speed and then here comes a fastball? I hate Brad Hand to death. But in a lefty-lefty spot, yeah, he was sitting at the wrong pitch. What are you going to do? Yes, Kyle Schwarber does know how to swing the bat. Go look at his home run totals. Okay, so for anybody who's afraid that the Phillies are now all of a sudden going to miss the postseason, I'll give a shout out to Destiny, who does an amazing job covering the Phils. For those that are worried about the Phils missing the postseason, prior to tonight's game, if the Phillies went 8-9 over the last 17, the Reds would have to win 13 of 16 to overtake the Phils. Miami and San Francisco would have to go 13-4 to finish above the Phillies. That doesn't make this any easier, right? I'm the first one to mention how bad Milwaukee was last year, which helped you down the stretch of September. Let's see what they do after this. You have St. Louis coming up next, losing 3 of 4 to the Braves, while I literally despise it. And I'm going to hate my rest of the night, because it's all I'm going to think about, is them celebrating on your field. I hope it bothers them as much as it bothers me, because it's sickening. It's sickening to watch the smile on their faces. It's sickening to see them jump up and down. It's sickening to watch them have fun. Now, I hope to God that they end up hating every single minute and every single second if we see each other in a series down the road here. All right, and I hope they're crying and they look, the look on their face is, I saw a ghost. It's Sam Darnold on the side of the sidelines on the bench when he couldn't believe what was happening. I hope to God the Phillies get revenge from this moment when the playoffs come around, and it's something similar to last year's story. And it very well could be. I don't feel like they're intimidated by this core at all, but I wonder if they know how much better the Braves are than them. There is a difference. Acknowledging, whoa, they are special, and being afraid are two different things. I think they acknowledge that the Braves have a different step going right now, and they are fucking killing teams left and right. That's why this whole 3 of 4, I hate to lower the bar and say I'm okay with it, because I'm not okay with it whatsoever. But let's say they handle their business against St. Louis. And what's after St. Louis? I have everything written down here. I have a huge calendar that I put on my floor, and I normally put it on the wall. Look at this. This is the Broads calendar. All right, this is how I get things going. But after St. Louis, they play the Braves again in Atlanta. And then the Mets at home for 4. Then the Pirates. And the Mets again in Queens. All right, I take that back, because seeing the Braves now you have to go on the road and take 2 or 3 from them. If that Atlanta series wasn't in the middle here, and it was the Mets, and then it was the Pirates, and they just cruise and win series after series after series and just fall to the team that's better than them, it's easier to swallow. But knowing you're seeing this team right around after the weekend's finished, and you're going on the road to play in their ballpark, I don't know. I don't know how to feel. I'm nauseous. I don't feel great. And yeah, Turner had some cool defensive plays. So did Bryson Stott. Why not just throw that in there? Todd Zalecki, Trea Turner has a 1.251 OPS in his last 34 games. That's not including tonight. It's one of the best 34-game stretches in Phillies history. Bryce Harper in 2021. Pat Burrell in 07. Bobby Abreu in 05. Mike Schmidt 4 different times. How about that? Unbelievable. Then you go back to 83. They're the only Phils to have a run like that since 1932. Puts it in perspective on how much he's raking. So that's where I'm at with this Phillies game. We do have the Anytime Hotline, and we do have the presenting sponsor of Sports Talk with Broads, MyBookie. There's so much action to dive into right now with the Phillies, with the Eagles, Thursday Night Football. Do not be a fool. Make sure you check out MyBookie. And as a bettor, you demand perfection, and MyBookie delivers NFL, college, and a brand new cash-out system that gives you options to bet and win all season long. So if the first 2 legs of your parlay hit, you can cash out early and place another bet, or let it ride for the chance at a bigger payday. Join the MyBookie family for an entire season filled with daily odds boosts, same-game parlays, and super contests. This season, MyBookie has a no-strings-attached cash bonus that lets you deposit and withdraw quick. Use promo code BROADS on a deposit of $50 or more, and you can receive up to $200 in cash instantly to your MyBookie account. So bet your deposit amount once, and you're ready to withdraw at any time. Again, that's promo code BROADS to claim your cash deposit bonus. You can bet anything, anytime, anywhere, only with MyBookie. Make sure you check it on out. You're missing out. Just like the Phillies missed out on opening the floodgates on Spencer Strider. For a moment, weren't we all believing, hey, they could get some base runners. Hey, they can come back down 2-0. I hate falling behind early against a team that has more talent than you, because it's so hard to make up ground. But when they instantly show life, Hey, maybe it's one of those days. Sanchez and Strider, two of the best in the league. You know what I'm saying? And then Strider started to Spencer Strider. I want him. Can we get him? I want Acuna. Can we get Acuna? Ozzy Albies is pretty good. So is Matt Olson. I want them. How do I get them? Give me them. All right, this off day, I believe will pay off dividends. I hope so. St. Louis, I'm sure, is aggravated with what transpired last year. I don't know if that means they start off that series throwing punches towards the Phils, or are they so out of it and so out of touch that they're packed in? They packed up. They're ready for the season to end. I saw a clip on TikTok. I don't know what podcast he was on. I think it was something Barstool related, but maybe I'm wrong. And Matt Olson was being interviewed about what the grind is like during the year. And he's basically admitting that, oh my God, it's such a grind. Around this time of the year, I hate it. I want it to be over with. And, our team's very good this year. So now it's about the postseason, this and that. But the guy's just casually going to the ballpark every day, not even enjoying it because there's so many games to be played. And he's bored at this rate, but he's clutching up 50 bombs. This is him nonchalantly attacking the craft. There's better things to do at this time of the year. I've seen enough plate appearances. I'd rather not. Hey, Skip, please, let's call it a day. I don't feel like it today. It's nuts. Here's 50. Oh, the things I do to be good at a job like that. Unbelievable. What else is unbelievable? It's the Anytime Hotline. I love you. Let's listen to calls, shall we?
Bro, the series sucks, man. I mean, the truth is, I don't give a damn if they won the division on our field. That was a given. We knew this team's built for the regular season from the get-go. But what I do care about is how we match up with this team. And I think this series actually does give a very accurate representation of what a possible series against the Braves is going to look like in October. I think we get 5 games in a 5-game series. I think that we'll see at least one game where the Braves win just like they did today decisively. I think we'll see another game where we win decisively. And then I think that the other 3 games are going to be what decides the series. And I think that those games are going to follow a very similar trend to what we saw in the extra inning games. And sadly, in that department right now, Braves showed that they're ahead of us right now. We've seen this all year. And I really hope we can get to the point where we're ahead of the Braves. Okay, because I think it's going to help us out of the series, 100%. But overall, definitely, I'm confident in this team. They showed that they can compete with anyone. We already knew that, including the Braves. So, see what happens.
All right, so you're taking the positives, looking at the matchup. I'll get closer to that when a series is actually in front of us, when we see each other in the playoffs, right? I'll start to kind of shift my mentality towards it. It's hard for me to get there right now. I guess something we can hold our hat on, though, and I don't know, maybe it's stupid, and I'm normally someone that says, if you have to search for anything outside of my team is better than yours, then you're not in the best spot ever, right? We kind of know that there are better teams in Major League Baseball than the Phillies. They just have to get as hot as they got last season, which I don't know if it's even possible for any team to have that surge. It was a miracle ride. It was the same thing Nick Foles got, a touch from the football gods. We got a touch from the baseball gods. You add a DH to the National League. You add a playoff team to the National League. You can just filter through everything that transpired, and then here's the Phillies. When you date back to all of it, you got to where you got because of everything that fell perfectly into place. You need it to be more about my team's better than yours. If you start to grab at anything else, then you're desperate. This is me claiming somewhat of it's a desperate claim. Okay, the Braves and the Phillies. If that series happens, where's the pressure? Are the Phillies playing with house money to a degree? I hope they don't feel that way inside. They should expect to go crush them, even though series like this would say otherwise. But do you hold the bat tighter? You're the National League East champions again. The Phillies beat you last year. You thought you were the better team last year. You have to make up for that. Well, you start grabbing the bat tighter. It's the game 4. It's the game 5. It's deeper than you thought. You anticipated a sweep. You go up 2-0 in the series. This is the Atlanta Braves. Phillies win game 3. Phillies win game 4. Now it's game 5. Pressure's on. Does it get to them at all? Maybe not. Not if your star is star. Not if Olsen shows power. No. Not if Spencer Strider's locked in. No. So I don't know if that's even in play at all. I'm just laying it out on the table. You can take it if you want. All right, what's next?
Runners in scoring position, Hunter. Mike isn't happy. Mike is not a happy Phillies fan at the moment. Congrats on Christopher Sanchez for pitching a hell of a game. Dude's got an arm. Sanchez was dealing tonight, so I can't put the blame on Sanchez. Runners in scoring damn position was our issue. We can't hit for fucking shit. We can't score runs. We can't produce. What happened to the fire, boys? Come on! Wild card season. Pick up the baseball, fellas. Let's go. Let's go. Playoffs are knocking. Get it together.
All right, Mike's not happy. He made that very clear. Mike is not satisfied with his baseball team. Why couldn't we snag 3 runs off Spencer Strider early? Fall down 2-0, bang, you're back 3-2. That's all. That's all I'm asking for. Instead, only one. Here's a texter. I want to see Nick Castellanos move to the 9th hole. Okay. Here's another texter. Why do the Phillies always struggle to stop star players? I understand they're stars, but Bryce will go on streaks where he gets shut down. Why can't the Phillies ever do that? Opposing team stars always seem to go off against us. Well, when Bryce Harper goes into a slump, it's more about Bryce Harper slumping than it is whoever's on the mound. It's less about who's pitching for the other team and more where Bryce currently is. And when we watch Bryce over the last 2 years, there's a lot of factors. When Bryce isn't performing well, he's returning from Tommy John surgery in historic time. That's also why it was ugly. I don't see Matt Olson doing that right now. And they do. You just don't watch them. There is a stretch where Matt Olson goes 0 for 4, where he gets 2 hits in 4 games. We just don't pay close attention to it as much. It does happen. Acuna's hitting .333. He went 1 for 5, but he did have a home run in the 7-6 game. I don't know why I went to that game out of all of them. That's just the game that popped up on my ESPN app here. But what else? Acuna, 3 for 5. Ozzie Albies, 2 for 4. Austin Riley, 2 for 3. Matt Olson went 0 for 4. Struck out swinging, flied out, lined out, grounded out. So Matt Olson, 0 for 4. What if he goes 0 for 4 over the weekend in a game? And that's 0 for 8 for Matt Olson. We just don't pay attention to the day-to-day of every other team. So, I don't know. I think it's more about you're saying Bryce. Well, a lot of the Bryce stuff over 2 years, it's a lot of physical reasons. A lot of physical reasons. And it's hard to shut down stars. It's not easy. Christopher Sanchez did a damn good job. And I was very impressed. Very, very, very impressed. We'll take one more call and then close things out here. Let's go to Amadeo.
I hate seeing the damn Braves celebrate on my goddamn field. It's an ugly sight. I hate it. I hate it so much. Hey, you had a chance, to at least split the series if you didn't blow all the amazing home runs from, the game 1 of the doubleheader and yesterday with Trea Turner. It's just, when you come up short, sometimes, you're not always going to make that big comeback. That's why you got to make those ones count. And sadly, today that was the case. Christopher Sanchez, even though his stat line says he gave up 4 runs, I thought he was really good. It's just that the offense, even though they made Spencer Strider pitch in that first inning, they just weren't able to, figure anything out. And it just sucks. It sucks seeing that. But I was pissed off the past couple of days, but you've got a break from the other teams in the wild card race losing. So you're basically in the exact same spot. Take the day off tomorrow, watch the Birds, and then go into St. Louis and sweep their asses.
You can look at it one or two ways with the standings and how everything fell over the last 4 games. You lost 3 of 4, and you're in a very, very similar spot. Be a lot worse. Now, you could have gained ground, and you could have added separation, but the other team's also way better than you. I don't know what to do. All right, we'll be back. We got the Eagles tomorrow. We got St. Louis over the weekend. Don't know what the next 72 hours are going to be like. We'll find out, though. Thank you guys all so much for kicking it. We'll be talking very soon. Subscribe, by the way. That little subscribe button goes a long way. Love you guys. Talk soon.